The following is a presentation of the Vol Network. Closed captioning provided by the University of Tennessee full-time MBA program. Learn, transform, lead. It all starts here. This is Tennessee.
I want the whole city of Knoxville to know that it's football time in Tennessee.
A passion that knows no equal. The heart and soul of the Volunteer State.
Show me you want to run the football.
Handoff gets to the outside. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Wow.
For the next 60 minutes, you're tuned to Vol Network coverage of the Tennessee Volunteers.
Football rewards those who wear your opponent out psychologically and physically.
The most celebrated of traditions.
When you step on the field, there must be a sense of purpose.
Come on, come on! The pass is going to be caught. Unbelievable catch. Bang, he goes down back at the 23-yard line.
Let's go! I've been waiting for this one.
Touchdown, Tennessee to Pick Howard.
I want to win for you.
Welcome to the Butch Jones Show, hosted by Tennessee head football coach Butch Jones and the Vol Network's Bob Kessling. Brought to you by the Big Orange Debit Card, only from the official bank of the Vols, First Tennessee. By your local Ford dealer, Tennessee Saturdays, built Ford tough. By Dish, never miss a moment of Vol action. Catch the Vols on Dish, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics. By Farm Bureau Insurance, with agents in more communities than any other insurer, Tennessee turns to Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols. Now, the Butch Jones Show.
It was a big weekend on the campus of the University of Tennessee. All the festivities surrounding homecoming, but of course the highlight of the weekend, Tennessee's football victory over UTC. Coach, congratulations to you and the team for a good win.
Well, it was a good win, and we had a business-like approach the entire week, and we accomplished what we needed to accomplish. And we had individuals step up and really impact the game. I mean, that's what we talk about all the time. When you're on the field, how can you impact the game? And it started off with Aaron Medley, 7 touchbacks. Anytime we can do that, we talk about field position. That's the best kickoff cover, is when the ball's sailing through the end zone. Justin Worley accounted for 5 touchdowns, which was great to see. Jonathan Johnson continues to really step up and respond in all that we ask of him. We had 2 big returns, one in being a punt return, one in being a kickoff return. And then we had some individuals, I would say young, but we're all young. So we had some individuals really be able to step up and put their football identity on video and their personal brands. Now when we go back today and really watch the video, we're seeing how can we continue to grow and develop depth on this football team.
The defense forced 3 and outs consistently in the first half. You really throttled the Chattanooga offense, and that allowed the Tennessee offense to take hold of the game.
Well, again, field position, and then, even on the big kick return is what do we do with points, and we scored touchdowns on both big kick returns, and our defense is playing with a lot of confidence right now. They held UT Chattanooga to just under 100 yards total offense right to the end. Now, the teaching moment comes when the next group comes in, is they're held to the very high standard that we hold everyone else to.
It was interesting, too. You had some injury issues at tailback. Jalen Hurd kind of held out. So suddenly Marlon Lane's hurt. Now you're kind of scrambling to find who's going to run the ball. And I thought from how Justin Worley handled the offense, it was pretty remarkable that you didn't have many penalties, you didn't have fumbles. I mean, it was a pretty clean game.
Well, we got back to doing what we do and playing Tennessee football and being disciplined. We only had 1 penalty. That was great to see, and we didn't beat ourselves. And, again, we can't overcome 1st and 15, but never been in a game like that where number 1, number 2, and number 3 in terms of running backs are all down. And I think that's a great illustration as we continue to build this football program. You need depth at the running back position, and now we're with Justice Pickett, and then Darrell Scott got some valuable repetitions. And for the most part, I did a great job. I know everyone wants to point towards the offensive line and some of the protection breakdowns, but quite simply, a couple of them were running back responsibilities that if number 1, number 2, or 3 are in there, maybe we don't have that. But again, it's the next man in, and I thought those 2 individuals stepped up.
What's the status of your running backs going into Ole Miss this week?
Well, we'll know a little bit more later in the week. First time I've ever done this as a head coach is we're in the locker room, and we celebrated, and we sang Rocky Top, and I made the individuals who were injured in the game go right over to the Anderson Training Center and have a treatment. And Jason McVay does a great job. And I tell you what, I had young men coming up to me saying, Coach, can I go get an extra treatment? So we have a great win, and half of our football team is in the training room for about an hour and a half getting treatments. But again, that's the commitment level right now of this football team.
It was a big win for Tennessee on homecoming over Chattanooga. We'll talk about that. It'll take you behind the scenes next here on the Butch Jones Show.
It's time to honor the Adidas Vol Scholar of the Week. This week, we recognize Matt Crowder. The redshirt junior center is currently pursuing a degree in business marketing.
So whenever I came into college, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and just felt like business was a good path for me to go down. So one of the classes I'm in right now is new venture planning, and we're basically just creating a business plan for a business that, something that doesn't exist right now. And it's just for our class right now, but it could potentially be something that we carry on after college.
Crowder makes good use of Tennessee's academic resources in the Thornton Center to achieve success in the classroom.
They've done a lot for me, just helping me, get organized with my schedule and things like that. And anytime I needed help in any classes, they were always there to provide a tutor or something if I did need it.
Congratulations to this week's Vol Scholar of the Week, presented by Adidas, the official footwear and apparel provider of the Vols.
Hey, how's it going? Justin Morley.
Nice to meet you.
Justin Morley. What's up,
Look at
Wyatt?
that.
I'm Justin. We got a jersey for you to wear.
Number
Name on the
one.
back. Number one. So,
Wyatt.
you can wear that out to practice with us, all right?
Oh my God.
Thanks for coming.
4 years ago, we got diagnosed with his first brain tumor at Children's in Knoxville.
How you been, buddy? Glad you're here, man. Glad you're here, man.
I like the jersey. I'm number one. It's crazy.
He never gets to experience play any kind of sports. He's been in the hospital roughly about 4 years now. So he'll never get to play contact sports. So.
Welcome to practice. Can you give me a hug? Excited you're here.
He watched a UT game with me. He said, I want to play for them. I can be their secret weapon.
He's had his fair share of trials and tribulations, and to have him here supporting us and his family as well, to take time out of their day and try to forget their struggle a little bit. It was awesome to see his face light up when he saw the jersey, and for us to provide a little bit of excitement for him.
I mean, it's definitely just good to realize that we're blessed out here, and kind of sometimes we don't realize those bigger picture things, but when people like that out here, it definitely helps us out.
But when you see what he's going through, and you see what he and his family are experiencing, it makes you realize that there's so much to life besides football.
Nice to meet you too, man. Did you have a good time out here? Good.
I watched him go up in hospitals instead of playing sports. I mean, this is everything a man wants, to watch his son grow up. Now I at least get to see him experience something of this level. Y'all play for Wyatt, y'all win any game.
Wyatt, we have a gift for you.
Oh, Lord.
We always talk about being inspired, and you inspire us. So, thank you for being here.
His courage, his bravery was inspiring, I know, to the team when he was out there.
Well, he is our secret weapon. And the inspiration for all of us in going through 3 bouts with a brain tumor is something that no one wants to go through, and he's as tough as anyone. And that's what life is, and it's all about seeing the smile on a young man's face, but also the smiles on his family. And we talk about our players all the time as be the person that they think you are. And there's so much in life, and that's what makes being special here at the University of Tennessee and putting a smile on someone's face.
But it's also powerful how much this program, this team means to folks in the state of Tennessee, and how inspiring it is for people like Wyatt to be around the team.
Well, it is, and it's very important for them to be around our team. And that's life, and that's giving back to the community. But also it's every individual in our football family understanding that they have a role and a responsibility when you're a member of the University of Tennessee football family, and that's very important to us.
So Wyatt, our prayers and thoughts are with you, and hope you can come back to practice very, very soon. When we come back, we'll talk about the maxims, the very important to Tennessee football history, here on the Butch Jones Show.
Looks left, lob pass, going up to get it. Marquez North snatches it. Touchdown, Tennessee. Huseman hands off, fumbles the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by Tennessee. Worley keeps it, and then goes around the right side and gets in for a Tennessee touchdown.
The Butch Jones Show is being brought to you by Verizon, America's largest and most reliable network. Verizon, official wireless provider of the Tennessee Volunteers. By UT Medical Center, Tennessee's hospital. UT Medical Center, wisdom for your life.
By the natural gas utilities and pipeline companies in Tennessee.
Natural gas.
And by Food City, the tailgating headquarters of Vol fans everywhere. Food City, value every day.
Complimentary football, offense, defense, special teams, lock in, do your job. Eye discipline, finishing plays, everything that we're doing. You understand? What's your appetite for winning? What's your appetite? What's your appetite with a relentless approach that we talk about in our football program? Every single snap locked in. 1.
Defense, 2, take away.
We all know that. Shoot the ball. Take the ball away. 2.
Play one, make the break, one comes our way, score.
2 to 3 plays, difference between winning and losing. You be the aggressor. You go make things happen. Don't wait tonight. 3.
First game break, go get you know that I'll put on more team.
Competitive character. We talked about our competitive character will be on display tonight. 4.
Let's our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game.
Tennessee tough. Tennessee tough game. Tennessee tough. 5.
All options cover block, cut, slices, do game, tackle,
Orange Swarm. Volatile. Orange Swarm. Volatile. 6.
First game here for the breaks of 8.
Do your job. Do your job. 7.
Everybody stand to the defense, 6 minutes.
The Generals' maxims, they held true back in the 30s when Tennessee was winning national championships, and they still hold true today.
Yes, they do. That's the formula for winning. That's the plan to win. And usually when head coaches come in, they have their own plan to win, and we have some. But when you look at General Neyland's maxims, that's what it is. It's embedded in our DNA here. Our players take great pride in it. Our coaches take great pride in it. And we try to uphold that standard each and every Saturday. But also, Bob, as you know, we have a maximum 1 period in practice. And those are the fine details of what it takes to play winning football. We usually work taking the ball away on defense and obviously taking care of the football on offense.
And it's pretty simple. The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win, and the kicking game, protect the kicker. Those two things win a lot of ball games.
Well, they do. And again, they've held true to form over many, many, many years, and they'll forever be in our DNA here.
Indeed. General Neyland's maxims, very much a part of Tennessee football history. Rick Russo now has a profile on Tennessee's Cory Vine.
4-man front for Tennessee. Murray back to throw. Being hit and sacked back at the 36-yard line. It was Cory Vine coming off the edge, and Murray is sacked.
Cory Vine is a passionate and dedicated teammate whose energy affects those around him.
The thing is, he's never a guy that you would say that he's doing the wrong things. From right when he came, he was a different guy. I mean, he'd be the guy that's here 9, 10 o'clock at night running through drills and stretching and getting in the cold tubs and stuff, and that's stuff you usually don't see from freshmen. And I feel like that put him years ahead of everybody else. And I mean, now you look at him, he looks like, I mean, even coach refers to him as an older guy.
Just his presence on the field, it brings a very positive thing to the team. You know, he got out there going as hard as he can. He gonna make plays, getting a lot of pressure. He gonna push himself to be the best he can be. If he mess up, he gonna come back and go harder just to fix what he did wrong. He's just a great teammate.
There's some guys around me, you know, I see guys like Jordan Williams, you know, OB, You know, guys like Derek Barnett, young guys coming up, Dwayne Hendricks, guys like that. I look around, you know, I see how they're trying, they're straining, they're doing everything we ask of them. You know, I just see them. And some of them, they might be hurting every now and then, but I know we're one team, AJ Johnson, Kurt Majid, Justin Worley, everybody on both sides of the ball and on special teams. I just know we're one team and we're all doing this together. That's really, you know, brings a lot of hope to me and a lot of joy to me.
To be a successful defensive lineman in the SEC, you must have a wide array of skills at your disposal. And Cory has just the skills he needs to wreak havoc on any offense.
His speed coming off the ball. I mean, he has a great get off, great strength, and I mean, he's football smart. My strength as a player, I would say, is my quick get off, you know, coming off the ball, recognizing the cadence, you know, of the other team and, you know, using that to my advantage, you know, get off as quickly as possible. In addition to that, you know, my flexibility, you know, and strength, you know, and leverage as well. That would be some of my strong suits.
Part of playing for the University of Tennessee is about molding your game after the great players who came before you. And former Vol standout Leonard Little is who Cory tries to emulate most.
Oh, it's monumental being a defensive lineman at Tennessee. You know, all the greats, Leonard Little, I looked at his stats from his sophomore year. He had 11 sacks. You know, I just try to, you know, go after that and do as best as I can. You know, guys like that who played the game, you know, studied the game, you know, great, go on to the NFL and do amazing things. Guys like that, you know, I just try to do my part. You know, being at the Tennessee is very honor. You know, I thank God every day for the opportunity that I have here. You know, not a lot of people have what we have. So just being here is a blessing in itself.
For the Butch Jones Show, I'm Rick Russo.
He's one of those players that you're hoping will keep taking those next strides and really become a dominant player in the defensive line.
Well, Jordan Williams said it the best, dedicated and invested in this football team and this football program. He's always stretching, he's always doing the extra. Now it's him really working his craft, really refining, tuning his skills of coming off the ball, playing with a pad level, you know, having your go-to move and then a counter off your go-to move. But again, great illustration for our younger players about a work ethic and taking care of your body. Not only does he excel on the football field, but also he's a great student as well.
So Cory Vine, one of the key members of Tennessee's defense. Now let's look at the Media Mash with Sarah Mitchell.
Rain or shine, Tennessee carried on with homecoming festivities, and Vol fans posted some memorable pictures to social media to celebrate the weekend. Here are some of the best posts.
Homecoming at Tennessee means window decorations, banners, and parade floats. Thanks to Angie Burton for showing off their Smoky. And Zach Binky said countless hours in the rain were spent on this Vol Navy float, and what an appropriate tradition for this rainy weekend. How could I forego this precious baby decked out in orange and white? Amanda Sullivan, you should be very proud of your happy baby boy.
In kindergarten, you learn the alphabet, you learn 2 + 2, and in this Tennessee classroom, you learn to sing Rocky Top. Check out this performance.
Alumni from all facets of Tennessee came in for homecoming, including these former majorettes and UT freshmen that Jim Bowles is so proud of. And from our own Vol Football Twitter account, we celebrate the homecoming victory with Team 118.
Tennessee heads to Ole Miss next weekend, so be sure to send us pictures and videos that show you supporting the Vols. We'll highlight the best pictures on next week's show. Don't go away, the Butch Jones Show will be right back.
Time now for Fueling Tennessee, presented by Humana, your health partner for life.
Manny, what happens at night when you're hanging out, you're in your room, and you get hungry? What do you do?
Either go to a fast food restaurant,
Or
I just starve to death.
Or you just starve to death. Well, it's good you haven't done that yet. But you're right. A lot of times what happens when you're just hanging out in your room and you're hungry, you go get fast food. Well, we're going to talk about some things that you should have always in your room so that you're not having to go to fast food and get something from the dollar menu.
Okay, what's
So let's talk about peanut butter and bread. Always want to have that on hand in your room because you can make what with that?
Peanut butter jelly sandwich.
There you go. A couple other things. Lunch meat, eggs, and cheese. So what you can do, you have the bread, you can make a breakfast sandwich for a night snack. So you scramble up a couple eggs, put some meat, cheese, throw down some bread, or you can make a turkey and cheese sandwich. One other staple that you should have is cereal. That's everybody's best friend, right? We all like cereal. So these would be some 6 basic things to have in your room in case you have those nights where you realize you're really hungry, you don't have a lot of money, or you just don't want to spend it. These things are cheap. You can get the store brand, but a little bit goes a long way.
What about if you don't have the bread?
Ooh, good question. So if you don't have the bread, but you have the other stuff, you can make an omelet. So let's say you scramble up your eggs, slice up some of the turkey meat, and then throw some cheese on it, and you have an omelet. All right, make sure you have this stuff on hand. Deal?
Deal.
Allison has a bag of food for the players after games, after practice, even one for the head coach, I've heard.
Well, I don't eat on game day. That's just, I don't eat. So we have a great win, and the players have lasagna to go last night. And what does Allison do? She brings me a turkey and cheese sandwich, just like what you saw right there, and said there's too many carbs for you in lasagna, so you have to eat that.
So she's monitoring you, too.
She's relentless. We talk about relentless in our program. She's relentless in her area. She's always, looks like she's mentoring Emmanuel Mosley every week. But again, our players really, really look up to her, and she's the best in the business, best in the country. And we always talk about taking pride in your job, pride in your performance. Allison definitely takes pride in her performance.
And the players see it when they perform better in practice and they're not tired and they're not hungry all the time.
Well, they feel better, and they see the added weight that they're putting on. They're able to maintain that weight, and it's great weight as well.
So Allison Maurer, one of the key components in the Tennessee football program. One of the key freshmen on this team is offensive lineman Jauan Robertson, and Danny Kleppinger has a look at the Tennessee freshman offensive lineman.
Jauan Robertson entered Tennessee as a defensive lineman, but after just 3 practices, Robertson was switched to the offensive line and has started at right guard ever since.
The transition was pretty easy, actually, thanks to Coach Mo and other guys on the offensive line. That made it a very smooth transition, helping me learn the plays, call signals and everything, and helping me out with film study and technique. So that's credit to them.
On his first college game day, a mix of emotions hit Robertson, but it was that day that he stood even taller, knowing he was wearing the Power Tee.
Pretty emotional, like being able to see my family in the ball walk and have them show so much emotion. My mom held me for so long and acted like she just never wanted to let me go. That's when it first kind of hit me, like, wow, like I'm playing at Tennessee.
A key to being a successful offense is a connection between the quarterback and the offensive line. Justin Worley has been very vocal about his confidence in his young blockers, which in turn has hardened their respect for Worley.
It's great knowing that he has our back and that we have his, and we're going to do everything that we can day in and day out to get better and give him time in the pocket to throw to all the wide receivers we have. We got a great receiving corps and a lot of weapons around him, so if we do our job, we can get him the ball.
The young offensive lineman has developed a passion for his new position, taking pride in his part to help his team put points on the board.
The thing I love most about being just the offensive lineman in general, it's a very selfless position. I view myself as a team player and somebody who will do anything he can to help the team. It's very rewarding to see your hard work pay off when you block hard and you protect, and you just see some of the guys that are your best friends off the field get in the end zone, and it's a great feeling. And offensive line, it's a real unit, a real bond of guys, and I'm glad to be a part of that.
For the Butch Jones Show, I'm Danny Kleppinger.
Pretty remarkable story about Jauan. He's on defense, suddenly he's moving over to offense, and now he's starting. It really was a great transition, but that shows what a great athlete he is.
Well, he is a great athlete, and he was a high school wrestler, and he understands leverage. He plays with great body lean. He uses his hands well. It's been great the last 2 weeks because we had Jauan James come back, and then this past week we had Zach Fulton come back. The first person they came and kind of gravitated towards was Jauan Robertson, and tell him just keep doing what you're doing. They told him a story how their freshman year they gave up 43 sacks, and so again they're like, we're living proof, just stay the course. But again, leader, Jalen Hurd was instrumental in his recruitment here. They were best friends growing up, and so they have a special bond, but you can see that quiet confidence about Jauan.
And the more he learns the tricks of the trade inside and gets stronger, the better he's going to get.
His potential is through the roof. He can be as good as he wants to be. And now it's just adding the strength, adding the experience, continuing to learn the fine details of the O-line position. But he's going to be a very, very good lineman for us for many years to come.
Indeed. When we come back to the Butch Jones Show, we will talk about the power of one.
Time out to check the stats. Brought to you by Dish.
Vol record books are loaded with copious amounts of stats and achievements chronicling the rich history of Tennessee football players. Some records are the domains of the fans, though, and one in particular requires 102,455. Check the stats. During the Florida game, the human checkerboard of Tennessee fans reached new heights. The system that has measured crowd noise in Neyland Stadium for the last 7 years hit its highest reading last Saturday. The reading of 110 decibels was comparable to the sound of a jet engine from 100 feet away. Congratulations, Vol fans. Thanks to you, Neyland Stadium continues its tradition as one of the loudest venues in college football.
Check the stats. Never miss a moment of Vol action. Watch live TV wherever you are. Learn more at dish.com/Vol. Catch the Vol on Dish.
The Butch Jones Show is being delivered by UPS. Let UPS put the power of logistics to work for you. Visit thenewlogistics.com. By Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere. By Eastman Chemical Company, promoting sustainability. Remember, good sports always recycle. And by TRH Health Plans. We've got you covered. Get a rate quote online at trh.com or at your local Tennessee Farm Bureau office.
The power of one play at a time, one rep at a time in practice.
One moment at a time, one day at a time, one unity of purpose, one common commitment, one mindset, everybody thinking alike.
And that's just all of us having the same vision and bringing Tennessee back on top and working to do that one day at a time, one play at a time, one rep at a time. You got to understand the importance of every single rep that you get, every single drill that we're doing, and then every single snap in a game.
And that'll be important this week. The next game is Ole Miss. How do you move forward now against the Rebels?
Well, it's great to have a week of preparation with a victory under your belt. And our players are very excited about that. They understand already the challenge that lies ahead of us. Going on the road, hostile environment, team that's playing with tremendous enthusiasm, tremendous confidence right now. But hey, it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to take our football team in there and to compete, and anything can happen. And we expect to win. This football team expects to win. And that all starts with our week of preparation. And there's no difference between UT Chattanooga and Ole Miss. Preparation's the same. Mindset's the same. It's how we conduct our business. It's how we can control the controllables.
What did you like about your team's effort against UTC that'll help you against Ole Miss?
Well, we talked about responding, and everything in life is about responding. And the teams that like their identity of work or their body of work at the end of the season are the teams that can really manage and withstand a long football season. There's many adversities that a football season brings about. It's your leadership, it's your mentality, not allowing the outside clutter and distractions to creep in, and you know what you're doing, staying focused on the task at hand. And our team has been able to do that so far.
Coach, congratulations on the win over UTC and good luck against Ole Miss this week.
Thanks, Bob.
Butch Jones' comments as we'll move forward and look at highlights from Tennessee's win over UTC in just a moment.
Fans, tune in every Monday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the Big Orange Hotline. Join Bob Kessling and Pat Ryan as they break down each and every Tennessee football game. That's the Big Orange Hotline, every Monday night live from Dead End Barbecue in West Knoxville.
and gentlemen, on homecoming 2014, Butch Jones leads the Tennessee Volunteers running through the tee. Bounce at the 35, take a skip down to the 20 where Sutton Fields comes back to the near side to the midfield stripe. Here comes Sutton. Sutton into Chattanooga territory and taken down at the 38-yard line. Lob pass, going up to get it. Marquez North snatches it. Touchdown, Tennessee. Sets up, hit, drop. Fires over the middle, pass complete to Kroon. Kroon down to the Chattanooga 30, breaks the tackle down to the 28-yard line. There's the snap, good placement, kick on the way, off to the right, and just through the upright to the right side. Huseman hands off, fumbles the football, it's loose, and it's picked up by Tennessee. Worley, hands off, Pickett to the 5. No, Worley keeps it, and then goes around the right side and gets in for a Tennessee touchdown. Leading 17-3. Worley rolls left. Looks. Fires the end zone. Pass there. Man there. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jonathan Johnson. It's going to be coming up and fielded by Berry at the 15-20. And breaks a tackle. Gets out to the 25. To the 30. That's Foreman actually coming up. Breaks another tackle to midfield. Down the near sideline. And dropped at the 20 is Evan Berry. Operates on second down. Fakes a handoff, back to throw, right over the middle. Touchdown, Tennessee. Second touchdown pass of the day to Jonathan Johnson. Down the middle, it's going to be intercepted by Tennessee. Picked off by Justin Coleman. He's to midfield, needs a couple of blocks, gets one. Gets to the 33-yard line and spun down. Worley out of the shotgun. Keeps it, goes left, dives into the checkerboards. Worley, second rushing touchdown of the day. Trying to tack on to this 38-10 lead. Peterman has to, no, he keeps it. Cuts around to the left side to the 5, and Peterman gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Nathan Peterman. The Volunteers go on to win on this homecoming Saturday at Neyland Stadium. Final score today, Tennessee 45 and Chattanooga 10.
Now joined by John Bryce of AllQuest.com. Workmanlike performance, a lot of good things. Kind of the game everybody anticipated.
Definitely, but a lot of efficiency for Tennessee in the contest. That's what I like the most, Bob, is just how efficient Justin Worley was with the football. He distributed it well. He ran the football well, and Tennessee did exactly what it needed to do. Another very suffocating performance by the defense.
Yeah, I thought the defense was terrific early and never really let Chattanooga get in the game.
Chattanooga could not account for Tennessee's speed on defense. I thought Derek Barnett continues to show why he should be all-freshman SEC, and I think he's a potential all-SEC player down the road. Really disruptive. Chris Weather did some nice things, A.J. Johnson, Kurt Magid, and then takeaways, and that's going to be key for this defense every single game the rest of the way.
Justin Worley surprised a lot of folks keeping the ball, scoring 2 rushing touchdowns. Said the first time he's ever done that. But it seemed like he was reading it better and keeping the ball and really operating the offense very well.
I thought the most important thing that Justin Worley said about his rushing touchdowns after the game, Bob, was that I kind of put that second one in there to show these guys, hey, you can follow me. I love that attitude. I love that approach. I think that's exactly what Tennessee needs here going down the back half of its season.
He looked really comfortable running the offense.
He's been really comfortable running the offense, I think, but it was important for him to show that confidence to all of his teammates and show that confidence coming off 3 straight really stinging losses for this football team to bounce back and give this team a chance for some of its back half goals.
When we come back, we'll ask the coach with Tennessee assistant coach Tommy Thigpen.
It's time to announce the AutoZone Player of the Game. Get in the zone, AutoZone. In the zone for Tennessee was Justin Worley. The senior accounted for 5 total touchdowns for Tennessee, including 3 through the air. Worley was 19 of 24 for 198 yards and had the first 2 touchdown rushing performance by a Tennessee quarterback since Casey Clausen in the 2002 Citrus Bowl. Congratulations to Justin Worley, our AutoZone Player of the Game. For the auto parts, accessories, and advice you need, get in the zone. AutoZone.
The Butch Jones Show is being brought to you by Vol Network Home Entertainment. From Pat Summitt to Peyton Manning, Vol Network Home Entertainment has the greatest moments on DVD.
By Humana, over 50 years of experience in the healthcare industry. Humana, your partner in health.
By the natural gas utilities and pipeline companies in Tennessee.
Natural gas.
And by the Tennessee Education Lottery. Proud to have raised over $3 billion for education programs in Tennessee. It's time now for Ask the Coach, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, a proud corporate sponsor of the Vols. Visit them online at academy.com.
Welcome back to Ask the Coach, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Today I'm joined by linebackers coach Tommy Thigpen. And Coach Thigpen, your question comes from Tony Watson. He says, how has the transition from a support role to a key player been for Jalen Reeves-Maybin?
We're really pleased with where Jalen is at. Last year he came in as a true freshman, had a shoulder injury, and coming from defensive back, moving to linebackers is just a total different transition. You need the guy on the back end that has a really good feel of secondary play, and then a guy that can also get big enough to play inside. So just watching him in his development, the one thing that we always talk about as a young player is if he's smart and he's tough, he can help us out. And Jalen gave us a great role last year as a special team player, and the guys will tell you he's probably one of the smartest guys in the room.
Talk about how Jalen is really meshing and molding with those guys, AJ, Kurt, Kenny. Just talk about that one Tennessee feel.
But in the room, we have open dialogue on how they see the game. And that's the most important thing as a coach, is not about how we see it, but how they see it. And so there's a lot of talk about how we play certain routes and certain different concepts, how we're going to fit certain plays. And so you got a guy like AJ who's been in the room for 3 years now. He knows the lingo of the room. And then now, you would think just by the verbiage that Jalen has, that he's been in the room for 3 years. And it kind of takes me back. He's a young guy, and I have to always remind myself that he's really a freshman playing linebacker for me. But just the way he carries himself is very mature, and his approach to the game is very professional. So the dynamics of that room and the way it's set up, it's AJ and Maven, I call them my two alpha males in the room. And the younger guys look to them, and the way they're able to speak the language and the patience with the young guys, and they can see the guys like Dylan Bates and Cortez and the struggles that they're having mentally on how to see plays. It's very valuable to have guys like Maven and AJ in the room.
There's lots of emphasis on those red zone defense plays. How important is it for those guys to be consistent across the board?
Yeah, we work it every day. I mean, that's, when we talk about situational football, you have openers, first and second down, third down. That's situational football. Black zone, gold zone, green zone. And the one thing that you always got to pride yourself on is third down, getting off the field on third down, and then red zone. Ball sometimes going to get inside the 20-yard line. We can't let them in the end zone. And you have to limit them to, to 3 points if you can. So for us in the red zone, you just able to get a guy's mind to click, okay, I'm on the 20-yard line. My whole mentality is now got to change. Now, young guys, again, they don't understand they play everything the same way. But older guys like Kurt and AJ and Maven, they're able to actually, match up things quickly and understand exactly how teams are going to attack us in the red zone.
Coach, finish the sentence. To be a Tennessee linebacker, you must
be smart and tough. And that's what we pride ourselves on. Not to be the most athletic guy in the world. You just got to be smart and tough, and if you do that, you're big and you're strong and you can think the game. I'll take those guys all day long. Give me smart and tough. That's the creed of our room.
Coach, thank you for your time and good luck this season.
Thank you.
Indeed, he has Jalen Reeves-Maybin and A.J. Johnson playing at a very, very high level right now.
It's the best A.J. Johnson's played, and he's had a number of All-SEC accolades and All-America accolades, but I've never seen A.J. play better than Jalen Reeves-Maybin. I said it about Derek Barnett. I'll say it about him. I think he's a future All-SEC player. He may have the best football instincts on the team. I saw it when I covered Jalen some in high school. You continue to see it every single Saturday now.
And it's one of those things they're trying to develop some of these young guys behind him, too.
They need depth, and they're going to continue to need depth, and they've got to have depth at all the linebacker positions, but particularly you see a Cortez McDowell sliding down, making almost the exact same transition as Jalen Reeves-Maybin. And again, it's because McDowell has the physical gifts as well as the mental attributes that they're seeking.
Big test for Tennessee next Saturday against Ole Miss. We'll look ahead next here on the Butch Jones Show.
Time now for the Tennessee Top 5, brought to you by Hyundai.
Worley rolls left, looks, fires the end zone, pass there, man there, touchdown Tennessee. Fielded by Berry at the 15, 20, and breaks a tackle, gets out to the 25, to the 30, that's Foreman actually coming up, breaks another tackle to midfield, down the near sideline, and dropped at the 20 is Evan Berry. Operates on second down, fakes a handoff, back to throw, right over the middle, touchdown Tennessee. Second touchdown pass of the day to Jonathan Johnson. Worley gets the snap, looks left, lob pass, going up to get it, Marquez North snatches it, touchdown Tennessee. Worley hands off, Pickett to the 5, No, Worley keeps it and then goes around the right side and gets in for a Tennessee touchdown.
Fans, please direct your attention to the video board for today's Loyal Fan of the Game, brought to you by Hyundai. Vol fans are loyal. Hyundai fans are loyal too. Enough to be ranked #1 in customer loyalty 5 years in a row.
It's time for the First Tennessee First Look, a scouting report and look ahead at the Vols' upcoming opponent. Brought to you by First Tennessee Bank, the official bank of the Vols.
Coming up for Tennessee, the red-hot Ole Miss Rebels coming off a big win against Alabama and coming up with a big win at Texas A&M. John, they're playing as well as anybody right now.
Playing extremely well. This is a big game in the SEC standings, Bob. It's a big game in the world of recruiting. Ole Miss has a number of Tennessee players on its roster, and then Sinquez Golson leads the SEC in interceptions. So huge, huge test for Tennessee.
On the road.
On the road, absolutely. And it's starting a streak of 6 consecutive SEC games to close the season. Big-time challenges await Tennessee.
All right, the schedule Tennessee's played on the road's got to help them now because they've been there, done that. Now they got to play well on the road.
Love the demeanor of this team. I don't think it gets affected. I don't think it gets intimidated by any environment that it goes into. Really, really good leadership in Majid, A.J. Johnson, Worley, all those guys.
And again, Worley will be a key as Tennessee goes to Ole Miss looking for a big upset on Saturday. We'll have all the highlights next week right here on the Butch Jones Show. For John Bryce and Coach Jones, I'm Bob Kessling. We'll see you next week.
This has been a presentation of the Vol Network, produced by IMG, the world's premier sports, media, and entertainment company. Produced at the Huster Broadcast Center.